On August 28, 2024, TDS introduced a new update that gave DJ Boot a rework after 4 years of basically having the same stats this whole time. The 1.29 update made this fella probably too overpowered. It is way more different than what it used to be, because all the old one does is basically just giving more range and upgrade discount to other towers, and that's basically it. But now, the new refreshed DJ Boot does more than just discount and range. So what are these changes exactly, and what is the new way to use DJ Boot? Let's find out. The new level 0 DJ Boot costs 1200 to place with 12 range, so you need twice the cash to place DJ Boot unlike previously. However, unlike old DJ Boot, this tower has 3 sets of passive buffs called tracks, each are color coded. For now, only 2 of them are unlocked at level 0, which is Purple Track and Green Track. Purple Track only gives 12.5% range boost to other towers, but Green Track gives 5% discount to tower upgrades. Now, the best way to use level 0 DJ Boot is just to keep it at Green Track so you can save some money for future towers. I don't really see what case you would even have to have level 0 DJ to be on Purple Track. However, assuming all you can afford right now is level 0 DJ Boot and the wave you're in is known to be particularly tricky, then I guess you could use Purple Track just to be safe. So yeah, you would always use Green Track because Purple Track is too niche for level 0 DJ Boot. Level 1 DJ Boot costing 300 to upgrade is, well, just extra range? There's absolutely nothing else other than that. It doesn't affect the green or purple track at all. But 3 more range can be useful if a tower is somewhat out of reach, so a little extra range should allow it to reach a bit further. But yeah, if you don't have that issue, you could probably save that for extra farming.
So what are you saving this $300 for?
Money!
Level 2 DJ Boot costs 1250, and it is a pretty good upgrade. It upgrades purple and green track, so now purple gives 15% range boost and green gives 7.5% discount. But it also introduces red track, which gives 10% damage boost. But the way you use it is still the same. However, with red track, let's say most of your tower can deal 10 damage or more. If you're in a tricky wave, you don't use purple track, but you would rather use red track instead because 10% damage boost is more significant than 15% range boost. This strategy is more prominent if you have some ranger lying around. But in a much earlier wave where you probably don't have a lot of towers that do 10 damage or more, you might as well keep it at purple track because damage boost only rounds down. This also makes sense for level 2 cowboy so it can attack more enemies. But almost all of the time, you still should go with green track because discount is much more useful if you're pretty confident you could win a lot of wave. Level 3 is also a pretty good upgrade. Actually, it is even better than level 2. Costing only 3000, still having 15 range, and it also gives it 15 damage. It increases all the tracks buffs, so now purple gives 17.5% range boost, green gives 10% discount, and red gives 12.5% damage boost. It also introduces a new ability called Drop the Beat. This ability is very unique because it's pretty much 3 in 1 depending on what track is active. If you use purple track, it will send 3 pulses of shockwave which knocks back enemy and slow maximum of first 8 enemies down by 20% for 6 seconds. However, this slowness percentage gradually increases by 1% for every tower the DJ boosted. In case of purple track, it can only go up to 40%, so when it boosts 20 tower, purple track will reach its maximum capability. Green track abilities gives 250 cash every time you use it. But the amount of cash generated will increase by 35 cash for every 1 tower it is boosted up to a maximum of 600 cash, requiring 10 towers. Red track also sends 3 pulses of shockwave, just like purple, but it gives 15 damage each pulses and gives 5% defense melting, and it increases by 1% for every tower it boosts up to 25%, requiring 20 towers. Now generally, you still want to keep it at green track as long as possible, because green track ability can rack up a lot if you keep using it over and over and over, especially with the discount. But it does mean going slower is better, so if you really want to win badly, taking it slow might be an option. Level 4 costs 8,000 and it now has 16.5 range with 25 damage and increases all tracks passive and active buff. Purple gives 22.5% range boost, green gives 12.5% discount, and red gives 15% damage boost. Purple can now knock back even more and can hit 9 enemies and it can slow them down for 8 seconds. Still the same slowness of 20% with 1% every 1 tower boosted up to 40%, so you still only need 20 towers for maximum capability. Green now has base cash of 500, increasing by 50 cash every 1 tower it boosted up to 1250 cash, so you need 15 towers for maximum capability. Red track barely gets changed, 3 pulses that do 25 damage each and it only gets 7% base defense melting, but the max defense melt doesn't get changed at all. So basically nothing changes if you already have 18 or more towers. And finally, the big show, level 5. Costing 20,000, it has 18.5 range with 50 damage, and it makes every track give all the other buffs from other tracks. But the buff corresponding to that track is more dominant. Purple gives 25% range boost, 7.5% discount, and 10% damage boost. Green gives 12.5% range boost, 15% discount, and 10% damage boost. Red gives 12.5% range boost, 7.5% discount, and 20% damage boost. Purple track now sends 4 pulses instead of 3, which slows the enemies by 30% at base. Still increases by 1% for every 1 tower in range, maxing up to 50%, which still requires 20 towers in range. And it can hit 10 enemies and slow them down for 10 seconds with a much more powerful knockback. Green track now gives 750 base cash, which increases by 75 cash every 1 tower boosted up to 2250 cash. Red track is still practically the same with 10% base defense melting instead of 7%. But the max defense melting is still the same as other level. Only, it sends 4 pulses doing 50 damage each. You should totally get this as soon as possible and try to keep it at green track almost all of the time if you can help it. And if you do, the rigs you put yields greater reward in later waves. So that's Reworked DJ Boot. What conclusion can we make from all of this? First, if you can help it, always have it on green track, because it's a good investment, especially if you keep constantly using its ability. Second, if you want to use purple or red track, make sure the wave you're on is actually track thinning enough so it would make sense. A bonus point if no one upgrades their tower, but placing should be fine because placement cost doesn't get affected by DJ Boot. But if you're on the final wave, then switching to red track is recommended. Or maybe if 2 people bring DJ Boot, one could use red and the other use purple for the best of both. Oh yeah, if you didn't know, you can actually stack damage boost from mercenary base and damage flag with DJ Boot red track, giving you even more power. One more thing to note is that farm does not get affected by green DJ Boot, but it still counts as a valid tower to increase track's level 3 ability powers. As always, thanks for watching my video. This video took a while to write and edit, so I can't rush it out as soon as DJ Boot Rework is out. So I highly appreciate it if you give it a like and subscribe to support my channel. And with that said, I will see you all in the next video.